Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach. This is take two because I got way too excited. I just rambled for like 45 minutes for the first draft of this. Anyway, the new Kickstarter, yes, Kickstarter of LAX is live. This is my first new campaign in like a year or so, and here's the crazy thing. The book is done. I don't mean 95%. I don't mean 99%. I mean the print proof has been approved and it's been sent to the printers. So this is going to be a very fast turnaround. This is going to be a November Kickstarter that fulfills in November. The same November, the November we're in right now. Because in the first 24 hours, I'm going to be able to extrapolate what the final total will be. So I just told the pre-press guy, hey, approved, go ahead and start the ball with the printers because he always sends the first email. And then like tomorrow, the next day, we're going to be able to say this many copies, pay for it. It'll probably get printed next week before the campaign is even over on the 15th. Then I'll have the backers list, process that while it's getting printed, send that to the fulfillment center so that as soon as it gets to the fulfillment center, it instantly goes out. And it's funny, I've been talking about like, you know, lateness isn't the major deal with crowdfunding, but I had an epiphany. If it's not late, then everything works a lot better. I know people have been saying this, but I've been working my way through it, and I've been getting caught up. 6 books just went out to fulfillment. Y'all should be getting them in the mail like this week. So Iron Sights 1, 2, and 3. That includes reprinting 1 and 2. Possible Stars 1 and 2, and Capture or Kill. So 6 books just went out. This is done. Superhero Fatigue is just about to go to the printers this month. Garrison as well. So everything's basically, I had task paralysis. I had so many late books that I was just like, ugh. As soon as I got those 6 late books out, this one like ready to go like 2 weeks later. Been working on it since last year. So anyway, the inspiration for this was last year. Stephanie Phillips put out this book called Red Before Black, and it had the most ridiculous, when they did the press release, it was like two lesbians, and they beat up everybody. And it was so, first of all, it was such a cliche. Second of all, it was such an old cliche. This is like a Netflix pitch comic from like 2018, and it came out in 2024. In fact, I think it finished the final issue in 2025. So like when it came out, I did like a little parody in a community post about, like, I called my version of this character on the left Dyke Dudley. And, you know, it's like, she's a Navy SEAL, Special Forces Marine. Like, just because this was ridiculous. It's like, she was in the Army, then she got kicked out for being too tough. And she's a lesbian. And it's just ridiculous. So, but here's the deal. So I made a parody, but then I remembered putting the record scratch sound effect or slamming on the brakes sound effect right here. I don't like parodies. So then something amazing happened. Instead of Dyke just being a complete clown like this character was, I said, where did she come from? How did she get here? So I actually took inspiration from Stephanie Phillips, who was like this wealthy heiress slumming it in comics, spamming out like 300 books, none of them good. It's like, why are you here? Like, how did you get to this state? So I made up a background for my character, whose name, well, she calls herself Dyke Dudley. It should be pronounced Diche or Diche, but she renamed herself after the Greek goddess of justice. So basically what happened is she was a mechanic for helicopters in SOAR. This is like the Spec Ops aviation unit. And she was good. She was like a good mechanic. She was doing her job. She was also having an affair. So she's working like 16-hour days and then sneaking around with some married guy. And she's just exhausted. She's sleeping like 1 or 2 hours a night. So eventually she does something that's like a huge deal in the aviation community. She left a tool inside the engine of the helicopter. Next day, her lover goes, the helicopter crashes, he ends up paralyzed, she gets kicked out of the Army. This is a huge deal in the military. Like if you work on aviation, you have to account for all of your tools. Like you can't say like, oh, I lost the screwdriver. Nope. That plane, that helo, that whatever is not flying until you find it. Because this is how deaths happen. So she moves back in with her wealthy father, basically has a nervous breakdown, reinvents herself as this like streetwise street detective, named after a Greek goddess. Now, the inspiration is a lot of things like Inspector Clouseau or The Naked Gun. Actually, the major inspiration for this is, and I'm going to put a link probably in the FAQ right here, FAQ, is this Adam West pilot co-written by Conan O'Brien called Look Well. It's basically the idiot detective who finds the wrong clues, makes the wrong assumptions, but somehow accidentally solves the crime. So her partner is this guy named Mike Monson. And Mike Monson is a guy who moved to LA to become an actor, and he was good. He was in like hundreds of shows, but he was always just like the second cop, you know? It's like, so you're saying the suspect. And so he quits and he actually becomes a cop. He thinks he's going to be some sort of Beverly Hills cop. No, they put him in like Rampart Division. They put him in like the worst gang-infested neighborhoods in LA. He gets shot like 3 times. Finally, he's like kind of retired on active duty. He's like, just have me, there's like a cage at LAPD headquarters where if detectives want to go undercover, he basically checks out their costumes and stuff like that. So since Dyke's father, DJ's father, is wealthy and he needs to get his daughter out of the house, he gives a lot of money to LAPD. So they're like, hey, whenever there's a case you can't solve, can you just hire her as a consultant? Just come on, just do me a favor. Then he does them a favor. And the thing is, just like Stephanie Phillips, while being handed things, she's incredibly fucking arrogant. And then so one of the ongoing jokes, and I really do want to make this, there's a joke that like this is the only one in the book, but like I have a lot of ideas because I sent this out to some friends, and it's kind of funny. When you make a book, okay, this sounds very counterintuitive. Your friends don't read your books. I don't read my friends' books. And this is why. I know my friend. I can talk to my friend whenever I want to. So reading a book is like, can't I just talk to, just tell me the story. So I sent this out, and to my surprise, 3 out of the 4 friends I sent it to responded. One of them, like he responded, he gave his feedback. I made a few changes. And then a couple of days ago, he started talking about it. I go, you already reviewed it? He goes, no, I'm rereading it for fun. I'm like, what the hell? That's a ringing endorsement because usually your friends don't. My friends send me their books. I don't read them. I send my friends my books. They don't read them. In this case, my friends actually read the book and then they reread it. And it's such a fun start for like a crazy, it is in the Theosophy world. The Theosophy world is basically the real world, just a little bit weirder. So it's stuff that like this could actually be happening type of stuff. So one of the ongoing jokes is, and this was inspired by that, oh God, what was that Jennifer Garner show? It's where she made her break, and she was like a spy, but every week she would just go, she's like, they would have the freaking promo for it. It's like, this week she goes undercover as an escort, and then like next week she goes undercover as a streetwalker, and then like the next episode it's like she goes undercover as a brothel. So she's just always like a different type of prostitute. So of course, just like when Stephanie Phillips got into the industry and was like really trying to push like I'm gay, and then like just dated a man the entire time, DJ Dudley is like just voraciously straight, but she remade herself as this like tough lesbian. But every time she goes undercover, she just sleeps with the guy to get information. And the information is always completely wrong or just meaningless. But I mean, it is legitimately funny. So I've got OCD, probably mentioned that a time or two. So editing books is usually just torture for me because you always find one more thing to change. You're like, oh, what if I did this? What if I did this? I literally have fun rereading it because I was just like, just have something funny happen on every page. Just have something funny with kind of like an interesting character and a new world. And I'm so excited about this. So again, because I have had an issue with lateness, very, very simple. There is one thing. It's the book. There's no variant covers. There's no hardcover. There's no the making of. It's one book. I try to, I would like this to be as cheap as a book in the comic book stores. Quite frankly, right now in crowdfunding, basically everyone is making, I'm not going to say pennies, but a much lower amount of sales than they did like 5 years ago. Even the people who were never late, they're down like 95% fewer customers. So this is the time to be humble, you know. And it's like, I don't know what this is. This reminds me of my favorite joke. It's like, what did the first thing Adam said to Eve? Like, stand back. I don't know how big this thing is going to get. I can estimate a couple hundred sales. I don't know. I need about 500 to break even, but do not buy this book. I'm not winking. I know I'm in a good mood, so my voice sounds like I'm like, oh, you know, hey, don't buy this. Don't buy this book unless you want the book, unless you want to read it. I don't want to hear support. I'm not a UNICEF kid. I invested very wisely. I'm doing fine. But I estimate 300 maybe sales, which is coming back to earth, but we're all dealing with that to different degrees. And if I get, so basically around in 500, it breaks even. Now, one of the things about crowdfunding is that you can fund something and then it exists forever, so you can sell it forever. So you don't necessarily need to make a profit on the first, this can be an add-on on other books. And there's no add-ons because, again, very simple. This is a great, fun book. I want you to have this book Thanksgiving. This year. Again, this book is done. Not 95%, not 99%. It's 100% done, and it's being sent to the printers today. Oh, one thing is, you might be saying, why aren't you using Indiegogo? Indiegogo, I've done videos on it this week. Indiegogo completely destroyed itself. Like, the front end is a little bit more confusing and obtuse than it used to be. The back end, where you actually make the campaigns and keep track of them, it's fucking indecipherable. Stuff that used to take a minute takes an hour. I mean, figuring out how to do it. Stuff that used to take an hour takes a day. I spent 14 hours making the backers list for Superhero Fatigue. And I was just happy just to get it because it is. So basically, Indiegogo is unusable from now on. Kickstarter, I did a Mind Your Business add-ons campaign 2 or 3 years ago. It went fine, no problem, fulfilled that. So I'm very excited about Kickstarter. I don't believe that people really go to crowdfunding to like shop, but I think there is more of that where someone comes to crowdfunding to Kickstarter for something else and they might see the book. I believe Kickstarter has like 3 times as much traffic as Indiegogo. And also, I mean, it's probably going to be 4 or 5 times. I mean, it feels like Indiegogo destroyed itself on purpose. So yeah, it's a black and white floppy comic with a cover color. Oh, actually, I said that right the second time. I tripped over my words the first time. I love this cover so much. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so it's inspired by Stephanie Phillips' book and Stephanie Phillips herself, this like wealthy heiress slumming it in comics. I changed it to a wealthy heiress slumming it as a private detective. Oh no, not even really, because she's just like a consultant. But jokes on every page, great fun art, original. I'm not going to use politics or religion to try to sell this to you. I'm not going to try to be your friend or talk about you're joining a community. I'm not going to lie to you about some sort of movement. The movement is you move me some dollars. I move you a really good book this month. You read it, you enjoy it, you read it, reread it, you hand it off to a friend. Now, I am cognizant of the difference between buying a floppy comic at the store and buying it online. Obviously, it's more expensive here because of economies of scale. I can't count on getting a couple thousand sales. That's not realistic anymore. It's probably going to be a couple hundred sales. So there's no way for this not to just be a massive loss unless I have the price point of $15. But for I got it right here. I wrote it down. Look at me. Print file is complete. Free shipping for domestic backers. That's $0 for shipping. There's no additional cost for shipping. With the international backers, it's just, I tried to keep it to some reasonable rates, but it always sucks for y'all. So you get 2 books for the price of 1. So basically there's an add-on. When you click on this, there'll be an add-on that says for international. Oh, I think it's, yeah, I couldn't make it for $0. So for $1 additional, you get a second book. So you can find someone and split it makes the shipping per book, half as much if you get 2 books instead of 1. So now, if this does really good and I still like 700 copies, then for the next one, it's like, oh, okay, so I can bring that price down because I can kind of expect to make 500 to 700. Right now, I'm thinking like it's going to be like in the 300 to 400 range, and like a little bit of a loss on the first printing, but I'll have some extras and I can make that up because the word of mouth on this is going to be good. It is very fun. It's funny. I kept trying to like squeeze in more jokes, but like part of the thing about humor is it can't just be joke. You also have to have a plot and characters and subplot. And so I squeezed them in every single place I could get them. And it is a fun, funny comic book that you will enjoy. That's my pitch. Not religion, not politics, not movement, not community. A book that's complete that you will get this month. I'm so excited. Maybe this is the new thing. What was that Superman said in James? Like, maybe kindness is punk rock. Maybe actually being excited about your comics. Maybe that's the new thing in crowdfunding and comics. Like, just making something you legitimately like and telling people, like, you're going to like this. The price, I'm working on it. I worked on the lateness thing, getting better on the lateness thing. I want to work on the price thing. The price thing will be able to come down as sales go up, as people, forgive the lateness. Everybody gets their book eventually. And then now it's going to be like, this book's done, fulfilled the same month. I got Costume Maniac. You're going to freaking love that. Love it. So that will be done before that is solicited. Very exciting. I'm getting thirsty. Did I miss anything? So you get 3 pages of interior art. There's the cover. Here's the proof. 36 pages. That includes the credits and the gallery. And yeah, it's all done. That's a whole book. It's all done. Oh man, I love this. So thanks for sticking with me. If you fell by the wayside, I understand. You can wait. You can get this as an add-on when you're like, oh, well, I don't know. He says this, but maybe that's fine. I understand. That makes sense. But I'm telling you, man, nobody got into comics. You didn't ride your bicycle to the 7-Eleven because of politics, religion, or a movement or a community. You wanted to read an exciting, fun, or funny. There's action in this too. The inspiration was Lethal Weapon more than anything. So it's like Lethal Weapon, but more jokes. But yeah, go check it out. LAX. It's Abaya Canales. So Abaya Canales and me have been working together since, before Splato. It ended up being like the second book coming out. But great fun art from him. And you're going to fucking love this book. Like, you're going to love it. There's nothing out there like this. So yeah, that's my pitch. That's my pitch. You slide me some money, I'll slide you an awesome comic. And then you can read it and I want to hear from you. This is not about support or culture war. This book, if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, this book is worthless without you reading it. Now, you don't have to enjoy it. I think you will. But art that isn't observed or consumed or listened to or viewed or played is completely worthless. So you are needed to read this. If you don't read it, it's a big waste of time. But I think Especially the fact that it's actually done, like done, not 95, not 99, not 99 point a bunch of nines, 100% done, approved. Told the pre-press guy, send it to the printers. He's the guy. I forget how that started. It should be me, but at some point he's the guy. Oh, he always gives them some technical stuff that I don't know. So he's like, make it like this and this, and then we start, and then they ask me for the amount, and then I pay it. So, that's the other thing. So the money I get from this will not come in time to pay for the printing or the fulfillment. I'll get it like maybe the end of the month, but I'm basically, just as I funded all of this before I launched a campaign, I will also pay the printing and pay the fulfillment before I receive the money. Now, sometimes it arrives early. I don't remember how, I mean, it depends on like what day of the month like it ends, because they don't just like process stuff every day. Like they do it in batches. But and I've got the money to do that, so this is very exciting. This is obviously this is things how things always should have been, but some people take a little. In my defense, my books are good. My books are good. These are good books. These are fun books. They're exciting books. They're original. There isn't anything out there like $4.99. There isn't anything out there like Rock and Roll Ninja. There isn't anything out there like LAX. So get it. Got kind of aggressive there at the end. Get it. Get this book. It is awesome. You're going to love it. Anyway, thanks for watching.